Are all Hoka shoes the same? Now they all kind of look the same. I know they specialize in running shoes, but I'm trying to find a Hoka shoe that I can work out in. Hoka, I've noticed, are getting more and more popular, and I'm seeing them around a lot more with their unmistakably thick, squidgy looking soles. Some people think they're ugly, some people love them, but do they have a shoe in their range that actually works well for gym workouts? I bought a pair of these Kawana 2s. Hoka themselves have said that these are a good training and gym shoe, so I'm going to try them out and see if they actually do a good job in the gym or not. So at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you if I think these are a good buy or if they're better left on the shelf as a workout shoe. So why did I pick the Hoka Kawana 2? As you'll probably know, I've tried quite a few different brands to date. This is actually my first time trying out a pair of Hokas. First thing I of course wanted to do is go to the Hoka website and see which pair I need to go for. One thing that I noticed is that on the Hoka website, you do of course have a lot of shoes to choose from, and I would say a lot of their shoes look similar. That distinctively thick sole, but the firmness of the soles does actually differ from model to model. So you have to make sure that you go for the right shoe. Some people think they're ugly, some people love them, but Hoka are definitely growing in popularity, and a lot of people mention how good they are for comfort and wearing for long periods of time. Before I go on, if this video helps you in any way, please make sure you like and comment on the video. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps with the algorithm and helps the channel go further. So to begin with, I wasn't sure which shoe to actually buy, but when I saw that they actually have a training and gym shoe section, I decided to give them a browse. Now this is as good as time as any to let you know that Hoka did not pay me to try out these shoes. I chose to buy the Kawana 2s with my own hard-earned money, which I'm sure you're considering doing too. Now the Kawana 2s at the time were the latest shoes that came up in the training and gym section, so I got out my credit card and I just bought them right away. 12.5 added to basket. Now my initial thoughts, as I mentioned, Hoka shoes have this distinct appearance and do follow the style of a modern running shoe. You've got that thick sole, which will of course absorb a lot of shock if you're spending a lot of time running. Hoka do actually describe this shoe as having a sock-like booty, but I honestly don't know what they're talking about. The upper doesn't feel or look anything like it has an inner sock. Some have mentioned that you can wear them without socks, but personally I always like to wear socks with my shoes. It just keeps the shoe cleaner for longer. They also have the lightweight mesh upper, which is very synonymous with Hoka shoes. It just gives an all-round better breathability for the feet, and this is due to the uppers on their shoes being so lightweight and thin. I imagine this thick sole will lend itself very well to certain activities, mainly running, but I'll be honest, initially I didn't think that these shoes would perform very well for my kind of gym activities. Now let's get into what the Kawana 2s were actually like in the gym. Now first things first, these shoes will give you more height, a lot more height. I'm quite tall to begin with, so anything extra is going to be really noticeable. I was at least an inch taller in these. When it comes to the kind of gym workouts that I do, my initial concern was that the compressible and thick nature of the sole not making them very useful for squats or deadlifts. The sole is made of an EVA foam, which does compress quite a bit. You'll feel it with every step you take. I was able to do my deadlifts and squats in them, but I don't think that they are the best shoe for those types of moves. I think a flat, non-compressible sole is a much better choice and something I prefer a lot more. If you're seriously and consistently planning to push big numbers in these kinds of exercises, I wouldn't go for a shoe like this. They actually felt more suited to aerobic or HIIT-based workouts. Workouts that involve things like plyometrics, machine-based cardio, box jumps, burpees, that kind of thing. If your gym workouts are like that, then I think these Kawana 2s will probably be just fine for you. But let me say this as well, wearing them for plyo box jumps, you'll feel a little bit of a spring with every jump, and landing will feel soft. They absorb shock better than any cross trainer I think I've tried to date. Definitely a night and day difference to the barefoot shoes I've been wearing for quite a while now. Barefoot shoes have little to no cushioning, but these have cushioning in spades. Wearing them does feel like an unfair advantage if you're doing anything that requires jumping. Now when I get into what it was like walking and running in them, walking in them was really nice, I must say. Very cushioned and smooth feeling, mainly because of that sole and that slightly slanted heel. Your heel isn't striking the ground on a sharp 90-degree angle. The angle of the heel on the sole just adds to the overall cushioned feeling. This is especially true when using them for running. Whether you're a heel first runner who runs by slamming your heel on the ground first, or you run more on the balls of your feet, I think the sole of this shoe does a really good job at just keeping the ground shock to a minimum. I would say that they worked really well for running, and as suspected, this is where I'd say they perform the best. Surprisingly, they're comfortable to wear for long periods of time. Very good grip, quite firm feeling on the ground though, not as soft as I thought initially. The shoe itself feels very lightweight, and I wouldn't put them up against a marathon running shoe at all. I think a marathon running shoe would be more refined in certain areas, but just for general running, I think you'll be more than okay with these. For anybody who needs it, I will put a couple of recommendations for Hoka shoes that work a lot better for marathon running than these do. But one pair that comes to mind off the top of my head is the Clifton. That has had some really good reviews. Now before I go on to my my overall verdict, let me just tell you that I'm starting up a discount club. Now in this discount club, I will be sharing a bunch of discount codes for products just like this. So if you're thinking about getting yourself a pair of new shoes, clothing, headphones, anything in the fitness area, whatever it may be, do consider signing up. You might be able to get yourself a nice little bit of money off. So check the link in the description to the discount club and get yourself some money off. Now for my overall opinion, I think these make a decent enough shoe for someone who does a little bit of everything, but more on the side of cardio-based fitness. As I thought before I even tried them on, these aren't a zero drop or barefoot shoe, so my initial concern was that they wouldn't be the best shoes for moves like deadlifts and squats, and they just aren't, even though they are labeled as being good for training and gym on the Hoka website. The upper material is so thin and lightweight that it makes them comfortable to wear for long periods of time, which is always a good thing. I will probably only use these as a walking and running shoe. I'm also a little concerned about how long this compression lasts, not just for these shoes but all Hoka shoes. Like I said, you do get comfortable sole compression that absorbs a lot of shock when you run or walk or jump. How long does that springy soft feeling last? Like, what's the timeline? Because any foam, especially the EVA foam that these shoes are made from, when that gets compressed a lot with every step or jumping move, it's eventually going to lose its softness and shape. So it would be interesting to know how long these keep their shape for. I'll be honest, before I bought these shoes, I thought they would be complete garbage, possibly an overrated shoe full of gimmicks, but overall, I'd say that I was pleasantly surprised by the Hoka Kawana 2s. I think they're properly rated and they're not what I thought they would be. I just think you have to buy them knowing what kind of workouts you intend to doing them, so you won't be disappointed. So let me know, what kind of workouts do you do and whether you would buy a pair of these Hokas for your workout. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and also hit the bell icon. And as usual, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.